a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Mark R. Hughes. Mark Reynolds Hughes was an American businessman who was the founder, chairman, and CEO of Herbalife International Limited, a multi-level marketing company. Early life. Hughes was born in Los Angeles County, California in 1956. He was born to father Jack Reynolds and mother Joanne Hughes. His parents divorced in 1970, when Mark was 14, and his mother retained custody of Mark. At this point, the family survived on welfare payments, with Hughes' mother suffering from emotional problems. She battled obesity and tension via amphetamines and sleeping pills. In the 9th grade, Hughes dropped out of school and began using drugs himself. "I was a little delinquent," he says. "I got in trouble with the law." At 16, he was sent to Seju High School, a private residential school for troubled youngsters in Running Springs, California, whose origins were associated with Synanon, a group founded in 1958 and later described as a cult. Part of Hughes' Seju rehab required him to raise money by selling raffle tickets. Hughes became the school's best salesman. The approval there was based on how much funds you raised, Hughes told People magazine in 1985. "There was a lot of pressure, and I wanted to be the best right away." Hughes was 19 years old and still working for Seju when his mother died in her apartment of an accidental drug overdose on April 27, 1975. According to the autopsy report, several empty vials of prescription drugs were found beside her bed, and her doctor told the coroner she was known to over-ingest her prescription drugs. Toxicological tests showed potentially lethal levels of the painkiller Davon in her system. Pre-Herbalife career and first marriage. In 1976, the 20-year-old Hughes began selling diet products for Sayforth Laboratories, a multi-level marketer, becoming one of its top 100 earners. After Sayforth collapsed in 1979, Hughes then sold exercise equipment and weight control products for a company called Golden Youth, also a direct sales outfit. It was while working for Golden Youth in 1979 that Hughes met Catherine Whiting, the first of 4 beauty pageant winners he would marry on the beach. Whiting, a former Miss Santa Monica, was then a 21-year-old college student pursuing a degree in medical science. When Golden Youth also went out of business, Hughes decided to start his own operation. Career. In February 1980, aged 24, Hughes founded Los Angeles-based Herbalife International. It has since become one of the world's largest distributors of herbal products through multi-level marketing, with sales of about $3.5 billion in 2007 and 2.1 million independent distributors. Now in 95 countries and achieving record retail sales of $7.5 billion in 2013 according to company statements. In the mid-1980s, Hughes was sued by the Food and Drug Administration, the California Attorney General's office, and the State Department of Health, over what they said were false health claims about Herbalife products, and the various schemes used to market them. Health agencies accused the company of violating labeling standards and using improper sales practices. Regulators contended that the company was making medicinal claims. Medicines are regulated by the FDA while nutritional supplements are not. Some health experts doubted the efficacy of Herbalife products, saying that in some instances they relied too heavily on laxatives and caffeine. In March 1985, the California Attorney General and the State Department of Health Services charged him and Herbalife with making untrue or misleading product claims, primarily involving the caffeine content of some Herbalife products, and operating an endless chain marketing scheme. Prompted by complaints alleging that Herbalife product users had suffered illness and death, a U.S. Senate subcommittee called Hughes before a hearing in May. Referring to a panel of nutrition experts who had criticized Herbalife in testimony the previous day, he asked the senators, if they're such experts in weight loss, why were they so fat? During the hearing, Hughes acknowledged that his own formal education stopped at the 9th grade. When asked during the hearing how he could be qualified to challenge leading medical experts, Hughes responded, "I defy anybody to be able to produce results as this company has." Hughes reached settlements with the regulatory agencies in 1986 To settle his problems with the state, Hughes agreed to pay $850,000. At the time, the California Attorney General, John Vanderkamp, was quoted in the Wall Street Journal as saying it was the largest settlement ever attained from a health products company. In December 1991, Hughes and his third wife, Susan Hughes, had a son, Alexander Reynolds, Alex Hughes. Death. On the night of Saturday, May 20, 2000, Hughes celebrated the 87th birthday of his maternal grandmother, Hazel. It was a private gathering with a few family members joining him at his mansion in Malibu for the evening. Hughes was trying to buy up all outstanding shares of Herbalife and take the company private once more. The stress and long hours had taken a toll on his health. He was recovering from a recurrence of pneumonia. The treatment involved corticosteroids, which made sleeping difficult. His physician prescribed the drug doxepin, a tricyclic antidepressant, for the insomnia. On May 21, 2000, authorities said that Mark Hughes died of an accidental overdose after mixing alcohol with a toxic level of antidepressants. Scott Carrier, of the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office, said final autopsy results found that Hughes, 44, had ingested a toxic combination of alcohol and doxepin, an antidepressant he was taking to help him sleep. His blood alcohol level was measured at 0.21. Hughes' then 9-year-old son, Alexander, Alex Hughes, was named sole beneficiary of his father's estate, estimated to be worth $400 million. Hughes will stipulated that, until Alex turns 35, the bulk of his inheritance would be held in a trust managed by Jack Reynolds, attorney Conrad Klein, and Herbalife executive Christopher Pear. In 2006, the Los Angeles Superior Court ruled to remove Reynolds from supervising a $35 million custodianship after finding that he violated multiple probate laws by ceding control to Klein and commingling Alex's personal assets with partnership accounts. Reynolds was suspended, but remained one of 3 trustees until 2013, when a judge in a separate lawsuit ordered the removal of all 3 for breaching the terms of the trust by mismanaging the funds. After the removal, Alex chose Fidelity Investment Company to oversee the fund, a decision that was later reversed in a California Court of Appeal. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?